so we're going to have a couple things going live here. So thanks for tuning in. We have a lot to talk about. My name is Dr. Kevin. We're talking about consciousness. We're talking mind, body, spirit, soul. We're talking the world. We're talking life. We're talking consciousness. We're talking about biofield, energy systems, how it all integrates. We talk about that in just a few moments. The live stream's going. We'll let them connect in just a second. Battery here on Instagram, and we got 50%, so we're gonna hang on. We're talking about code your pain, about a secret language of your body. There is a non-physical communication your subconscious mind is using to tell you where your authentic heart is and how you're actually living your life based on what you've got going on in this thing. All right, your head, your thinking patterns, your belief systems, your perceptions, your expectations, and of course all the stuff that's going on that's influencing that maybe you're not aware of that is influencing that. So we're talking about how to use pain as indicators to the subconscious language, all right? Indicators to the subconscious language that's out of balance with the true natural law, the true spiritual laws. When you begin to understand true spiritual laws, true natural laws, then you can align yourself and you can see life build for you, with you. Things come to you. Essentially, a more in-depth discussion of the law of attraction and how to interpret your emotions and your pains in different ways. And in the back of the book here, we'll be talking about different body parts and symbolism in just a moment. So let me get this live stream going on the other channels. All kinds of things to talk about. And let's bring them in. All right. I turned down the intro music for them. All right, hello and welcome. Now, I got a couple cameras going on. I won't be able to pay attention to everyone, so bear with me. It's been, hopefully, by the way, give me some thumbs up if the volume's coming through okay. I can hear it okay. We got a lot of things happening, and there's a lot of things happening in the world. There's a lot of things happening in your life, and what I want to help people do is bring balance back. Because, as the title of the show is tonight, the darkest is before the dawn. Okay, so this means that although there's pressure, there's tension, there's hopelessness, there's difficulty, there's pain, there's stuff going on inside, you don't know what to do with, there's information coming at you from every angle, there's purpose and there's meaning and there's growth from it. And this is what I'm here to affirm to you today. Okay, so let's take a deep breath, everybody. And one of the most important things is about managing our mind. I wrote down, get a little better at what I want to share with you each and every day, and each and every time I come on week by week. And today we're talking about mind and focus. And what I want you to do, what I'm doing for myself, is diving into the projects that I'm passionate about, the projects that get my smile going, the projects, the people, the conversations, the information that drives me towards completing my targets, completing my goals. Now, I don't know where you are in your life. However, if we never set a destination, how can we ever arrive anywhere? So, I'm sure, like everyone else in the world right now, you're probably aware of the, we'll just say, the healthcare situation going on, the health situation going on. And I want to be mindful of the words I choose to use, because we're living in a time, in a world where I could say one thing and that would get me booted or get me muted or that would get me banned from something. So if you're wanting to dive deeper with me, go to drkeving.com. There's a great pop-up, and it's a 3 or 4 email positivity, how to set your mind, essentially, how to set the tone of your life. Get on that list. It's simply a couple emails. And this is where you'll be introduced to the more free-flowing information and some of the concepts and programs and classes and things I put together to help you in this time. This is perfect for. It's so amazing what I've been doing in my own life to heal my own heart, to heal my own brain, to heal my own body, and I've put that process into my practice, into my programs. So back to the point at hand, every Tuesday night at 5 p.m. we talk about Decode Your Pain. And what that is understanding the how the body's communicating to your thinking mind. See, we have subconscious language. You use these senses all the time. Yes, we have our five typical senses. But there's also that sixth sense, that mother's intuition. There's this knowing this at certain times what to do and where to be. Sometimes they're weird phenomena in your life. Sometimes it's beautiful synchronistic experiences. These are indicators from life, the universe, and your heart. Because there's a component within you, there's a component externally, and how that all works and weaves together. That's the study of life. And where does this dive? How did I connect to this kind of thinking? How did I connect this type of understanding of how the health and the human body work in relationship to our mind and our thoughts? Well, they're directly correlated, and there's a vast study of this in traditional Chinese medicine. And you start to branch out into other studies. And how did I get to traditional Chinese medicine? Was because of chiropractic. And how did I get to chiropractic was because of physical therapy. And how did I get to physical therapy because of some significant injuries in my life. And so these steps that I took from an injury to my left hand, and I had to get surgery on my hand and tore some ligaments, and having to go to physical therapy, and that interested me because, well, I'm a very hands-on kind of person. I'm very good with movements. I'm athletic. I get that kind of part of life. It's kind of natural for me, and so that's where I moved my career towards, because it was a nice profession. And in that desire to learn more and be better, I started getting additional information and learning new things. And because of this new information, I had to formulate all new opinions and theories about how things worked in the body. And as I continued my studies, there continued to be evolution and understanding. And now I find myself in a place where most of what you've been taught about the human body and how you think about how you're healing and how you're getting well and the causes of these things may not be true, or may only in part be true. In part be true, and that's best case scenario. And in fact, some of the things that you've applying to yourself are outright lies. And so it's like a constant red pill in my office on different topics. And so what we want to focus on, let's bring it back to real life today. Bring it back to here and today, because there's all kinds of news happening. There's all kinds of information. There's all kinds of concern and fear. So a statement I have for you is, this too shall pass. It's darkest before the dawn. See, when I look at what makes people well and I look at what makes people sick, the mind is a huge factor. I mean, there's all kinds. You can start looking up this for your own self. You can look at how people have died because of their thoughts. Specifically, I remember reading an article about someone who thought they were in a freezer truck, and they thought the freezer truck was on, and so they froze to death. And the next morning, someone opened the truck that was got locked somehow, and the truck wasn't on, the freezer wasn't working, yet the person had died. The oxygen was plenty. There's plenty of oxygen and breathing room and all that type of stuff, I believe. Maybe I need to investigate that again. So that being said, there are other accounts of this type of phenomena. And think about how information you've heard on the phone or read online somewhere it infuriated you or made you so worried or concerned. And then later on you come to find out that information wasn't accurate or wasn't true, and now you're all calm and relaxed. And you can be even more stress-free because of that new information. See, our mind can play tricks on us, and our mind absolutely plays stories with us. And our physical body is telling us, oftentimes through pain, through physical injury even, but think like a magnet, being attracted to experiences. And these experiences are electromagnetic. And so if we're having a constant thought about something, we get drawn to experiences, and experiences get drawn to us. And sometimes we're the one who is in need of the lesson, and often and sometimes equally, we are the one providing a lesson. And how can we make this shift between our thoughts and being a magnet? Well, think about this for a second. And it's like page 40 something here. Yeah, page 50. I have this great image I like to share. If you've ever heard of EKGs, MRI, EEG, nerve conduction tests, they're sending and measuring electrical signals and magnetic signals, magnetic resonance imaging, MRI. We are electrical beings. And I feel like I'm on the pulpit right now. And I'm not paying attention to people I'm not showing a lot of different screens right now. And that's okay. I feel like I need to share this information from my heart. And so we are electrical beings. And we know in medical sciences, we're measuring us, the heartbeats, all kinds of pulses and waves and brain waves and things like this. And in acupuncture, they're working on these other channels of energy that are on the skin surface. And then you get into I don't have that book out in front of me right now, but and so many things would pull up. But we start getting into what's called the biofield. This is where you've heard terms like chakra and aura. There's nonprofit institutes, scientific institutes studying these things. Kirlian photography. There's remote healing studies going on, meaning can something from a distance affect people? And the answer is yes. In fact, I've built a whole program, a business around this. And if that interests you, by the way, go to drkeving.com, drkeving.com. It's all remote. There's been a couple bombs, so to speak, with the business world and all levels, and you may notice that something's interrupted in your life, in your business life, as the past couple days, and so I'm working out the final kinks to any glitches in the how you sign up, how you get email, how you get access. So bear with me, get on board, get connected. If you're trying to get connected, well, I'm working on that process right now to finish that up because of the need right now. And if you're unaware of what the biofield is, it can be influenced, and it is being influenced. And this is where we start to see what's going on with all the technology with cell phone and the communications concerns. Again, I'm holding back on things I'm saying because if I say certain things, I'm concerned that things will not get shared. I see you got a couple comments. Let me check the comments over here. Sorry, if you're making comments, I haven't said hello yet. I've really gotten into it tonight. There's just so much going on, and it's all about right now. My firm affirmation and my firm recommendation for everyone is about finding a place of balance, detachment. I wrote down detachment. I wrote down ego shedding. It's the process. It's the process. A diamond becoming. A diamond becoming. A diamond becoming. You are a diamond becoming. And we have been provided this opportunity to do these things. And it's individual to your individual life. However, we all have an opening. And this has been building for the last 3 years. There's been this experience. And then there's other cycles that go with this. Okay, there's other pieces of life that go together. But you've been challenged the last couple of years, and specifically heavily challenged the last couple of months. And we're at this big pressure boiling point, the darkest before the dawn. Meaning just before the sun comes up, it's the darkest, it's the coldest. It's where you gotta think metaphorical and symbolic. All the ancient Greek stories and stories of cultures around the world, whatever history you talk about, there's this metaphor, there's a symbolism, and life is this way. But life is also that very logical and what's the word I'm looking for? Well, right brain, left brain. Think about those type of dualities, and think of the yin yang, male, female, up, down, yeses and nos. This is binary we're talking about, duality we're talking about. So let me say hello to everybody. Where are you coming in from, by the way? Where's everybody else in the world? Where is everybody in the world today? And, I get people. It's been fun being live, and it's been fun. I've been doing it now more than a year, and I'm finally getting a rhythm on this stuff. All right, so that's been good, and I got a bunch of content for you to help you grow, to help you take what's in my book and apply it to your life. Because the knowledge I got from the book is basically the best information I could come across that helped me understand genetics and what affects that, how our mind affects our body, how our physical structure and our spinal cord all integrate and work together, either for our detriment or for our good. And it's a very, very wonderful read. In fact, I just got this company to work with me, and we put out, and now it's actually doable. And you get it, you go to drkeving.com, you scroll down, you look for the free book, and then there's a free offer, a free download. Just click on it, you'll get right to the right page. You put your email in, and boom, you get some awesome free ebook. It's the introductory chapter. It's the appendix in the back that gives you essentially the mind map of the physical body. And what do I mean by that? The mind map of the physical body. Oh my goodness. Bring everybody back. What do I mean by the mind map of the physical body? Let's take shoulders, for example. Shoulders. What do you think they represent? Connecticut in the house, Cincinnati in the house, we got Jersey in the house. Where's everybody from? I love that. You have worldwide stuff too. So, the shoulders, for example. Responsibilities. Put the burden of the world on your shoulders. Shouldering the load. Think of these common phrases people use to describe analogies of life. And that's where you start to see this subconscious communication. Take hands, for example. What do hands actually do? Literally. They hold on and let go. They grab things. They poke. So think about, metaphorically, if there's general hand pain, is there itchiness in the hand? Is there different sensations in the hand? Now, of course, there's going to be a physical component to the breakdown of the structure of why it's there. Nothing separates mind, body, spirit, and soul. Nothing. There's an experience in one area. It's being experienced in all the areas. However, your ability to detect that is what's in question here. Our ability as humans to know all the answers is what's in question here. Our technology is the best. We're still building new technology. We have all the science figured out. No, we're still discovering new body parts. That's some news when you think you graduated all these doctorate level programs and everyone in medical science is brilliant. You have all this technology, and then last year a new organ is discovered. That's pretty funny. New scientific breakthroughs all the time. And we're changing. We have to change our theories, and we are at a place in life, meaning all of humanity, all of the universe. We're aligning with things that we haven't quite seen aligned yet. And what I'm getting at is the position of the stars, the moon, the sun, and the planet, and how it's being played out electromagnetically. We are living in an electromagnetic universe. You are an electromagnetic being. Your thoughts have electromagnetic charges. Boy, that plays out in your physical life, and it attracts you to things. And when you can decode that language, when you can begin to understand the secrets of the symbols, the secrets of the metaphors, and it's very available. It's very available. It's just a new way of learning. Yes. Thank you. Here we are. Yeah, Tesla knew this stuff exactly. Einstein was creeping in on it, but it was starting to break. Who knows what really Einstein knows? I am on the camp that what he really and fully was talking about is still not quite revealed. And there's all kinds of light beings throughout time, throughout space, throughout history. Thank you for making that comment. I appreciate that. And so what we're talking about here is understanding this language that our physical body is telling us. Body parts get pain. We get breakdowns. We get dis-ease. We get illness. Okay? And there's metaphor to that. There's symbolism to that. And we can learn the mental states that attract that. And then, let's say you have a thought that got installed in you from some dark music you used to listen to. Well, we could call that a thought pathogen. There's another word for that. Begins with a V. It's all over the news these days. Anyway, so our body and our thoughts are not separate. They're all one. And these energy fields that are around us, called that we can generally call it the biofield, contains chakra, the aura, the different fields from the organs and other fields we have yet to discover. Yet different healers are working with them. And so when you begin to discover more about what you are just on a basic everyday level, not what you do for work, not what you are enjoying, but the actual movement of the particles and the elements that make you you. We are still discovering what that actually is and how that all integrates. And the Western allopathic healthcare really discounts that, doesn't acknowledge it, is really oriented towards something else. And so what we're seeing on and all the all the programming and all this and that and the other thing, and boy, I just want to be very mindful of the words I use. By the way, we're all light beings. We're all playing a part. This is the grand universe playing a part. So the whole point of this is we are not just this physical space that houses our body. We also exist in an infinite plane. And there's something else going on. There's this understanding called the holographic universe. Meaning, it's like we think it and it becomes. And whatever in your life is not going well, that is a result of that picture that the things that are not going well is accurate in your mind. That means you have to address how if life is always working for you and you're always right and life is that perfect and you're getting a result that you don't like, that means there's something, some understanding, some rule to the game, some awareness that you're not aware of. And that is this game. This is where I began years ago on my own journey of self-healing, and I write about it in the book. And I tell you what, a couple of weeks ago, I read a statement that I wrote in here, and I'm going to wrap this up soon because the phone's about to die and everything else is, well, working fine. But I wrote the statement that I welcome greater lows so I know I can achieve greater highs. Well, I'll tell you what, I wrote that book a couple years ago, and I have experienced significantly greater lows than what I wrote about. Boy, did I get what I asked for. And I tell you what, I can see the other side of this. I'm on the upswing, and this is what this energy we're going through is all about. Have you been putting in the work? And if you haven't, that's okay. You can still move forward. Have you made that choice to do better for yourself, to learn to connect with divine, to let go of some of the dogma that's been installed in your brain, to forgive, to heal, to accept, to have peace? Shedding that ego, that's what it means. Ego is how one, no matter where you are, claims oneself to be. And so what we're talking about is really an ego shift, an ego evolution, a rising of the phoenix. So I'm going to wrap this up. I got a 2% battery, and I want to help you with wise action during this time of chaos. Know that there's a shift happening, and know that the shift is a must. And there's going to be an other side. There's going to be green pastures. Find the things that are making you full of love, full of joy, full of smiles. Keep putting energy into that. Work on those relationships. Be with your family. Play some Jenga. Something. Get outside. Get some sunlight. Get some movement. Get some air. Go to drkeving.com. drkeving.com. Everything I talk about can be found on there, and there's all kinds of different areas and pockets of free things. You actually have to dig through my website to get all the freebies, not just all the stuff right on the main page. So if you're digging in there and you're reading some articles and you find the shop and you find some drop down menus, there's a couple free things in there, little golden eggs. Makes it fun. And this is about mind, body, spirit, soul. How to align yourself holistically, naturally, in alignment with natural law and in alignment with spiritual law. This is what I'm doing in my life. This is what I've been doing the last 15, 20 years. As I've been learning it, I dedicated myself to discovering truth when I was and living truth. And now I'm shifting to sharing the truth. Because when you learn and then you teach it, it wires it into you. You become it. And that's what's required. And I still have some, of course, we're all evolving. We are the thousand leaf lotus expressing multidimensionally. And we're having a human experience, having spiritual experiences, and vice versa, back and forth. It's a beautiful system. Life is perfect. My name is Dr. Kevin. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a unique session. It's a different kind of session, but I'm feeling this vibe and I'm going to go with it. Blessings and best regards. I'll see you next Tuesday. And by the way, every Wednesday at noon, we go live Synergy Solutions. But that's the quantum healing program that we've got going on. You can learn about that. Go to drkeving.com. Blessings, best regards. Stay safe out there. Do due diligence. Wash those hands.